for the IBF Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing, in the blue corner, the challenger, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, weighing an even 200 pounds. He is undefeated in his professional career with 27 wins, no defeats, 19 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undisputed light heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Spinks. And in the red corner, from Easton, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 221 1/2 pounds. He too is undefeated in his professional career, 48 wins, no KOs, no losses, and 34 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Larry Holmes.
So there, the introduction to the fighters. Carlos Padilla will be the referee. Good shot from our up-top camera, looking down on the festivities here.
Something to remember. Okay. A good little man can't hurt a good big man. The problem is that when the good big man hits the good little man, he usually stays hurt.
I don't like the expression on Michael Spinks' face. It looks nonchalant. There's no fire like I normally see.
And remember what we said before, that Larry Holmes, and I'm putting words in your mouth here, but Larry Holmes said to Sugar Ray Leonard, "I'm just going to go get him right at the opening bell." Now, combining that with a nonchalant look on Michael Spinks' face could be serious trouble.
I'm sure Michael knows he's going right for him.
Rounds. You were already given instructions in your respective dressing rooms. So, avoid using any kinds of foul. Don't throw any punches during the break. Chief seconds, you will be responsible for any misbehavior of your assistant seconds. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, seconds come out fighting.
Good fight. Good fight, man. Let's go now.
I don't think you're going to see Larry Holmes catapult out of his corner the way Marvin Hagler did against Tommy Hearns. He'll just advance behind the jab, try to hurt him with the jab, and then take whatever opening is there.
So answers should come early. Round one, heavyweight championship. Both men undefeated. Holmes with a red stripe, Spinks with a black stripe.
Michael he needs to get that jab off and gain some respect early. You can see the difference in both fighters, the weight differential. Larry Holmes appeared to be so much bigger, larger, especially around the midsection, the shoulders, and like Larry stated, the neck. Michael Spinks doesn't move that well laterally because of his knees. He normally wears a knee brace. So you won't see that much lateral movement. With Larry Holmes, he's throwing a jab and trying to measure him to throw the right hand.
Spinks snuck a right hand in. Holmes' jab has been in the face of Spinks early on here. One factor that we should point out, and that is that Larry Holmes has cut recently. Predominantly over the left eye.
Michael Spinks has that good reach, good long arm, so he can get in. He can get those punches in.
Holmes is being very patient here in the first round.
I'm surprised that Larry did not back up what he said he would do a couple days ago. Run at Michael Spinks. I'm sure he is aware of the power that Mike possesses in that right hand. Well, in fact, both hands. Thus far, it's a pretty good fight by Michael Spinks because he's staying on the outside.
Feeling out process, and we didn't expect to see that. Thought the pace would be much more up in the first round. It is not.
Both guys are a little tight now, and for very good reasons. Because for either fighter, it's a history night, history-making night.
Spinks was short with that right hand.
Larry's jab is not really snapping. He is yet to find his target. There it is. There is the jab. And Larry Holmes wants to see more of that. He seems to be trying to set Michael up for the right hand. And you can tell he's about to set his man up as he paused with the jab. Larry has a tendency to pause that left jab and then drop that good right hand.
Nearing the end of the first round. No telling blows here in the first 3 minutes so far. End of the first round.
Well, Larry Holmes may be bigger, but he certainly didn't do what the big man is supposed to do against the smaller man. In fact, I thought Spinks had him backing up on a few occasions. Larry Holmes is just fighting a Larry Holmes fight. He feels out his opponent early in the fight and see what he has. And sees what he has.
Deep breath. Let it out. Let it out. Okay, listen up. Now listen to me. Okay, that's right. See, here's what's happening. The jab, a little bit, you're getting the jab in, but you're not doing the right hand. You're anticipating he's going to counterpunch you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about him countering. Just get your stuff off. But you got to double jab him, keep him backwards. You know what I mean? Keep them hands tight and work the hands from right where they at, baby. Work the hands from right where they at. Bring them right back.
Michael Spinks is not running at all. Usually in these fights, the light heavyweight is moved backwards.
Rich Cicchetti wants to see a double left jab of Larry Holmes. He wants Michael Spinks going backwards so that he will enable him to get on top of him. And with Spinks, they want him to throw more punches while he's moving. Stay busy. Larry's left jab is starting to go up and down, up and down. In fact, Mike cannot stand there and exchange punch for punch with Larry. His best bet is to work his own punches, fight his own fights.
Spinks staying in front of him. It's been a thinking man's fight so far. Holding on the back of the head, Carlos Padilla gives Larry Holmes the word.
Michael is trying to really jump in with his punches, which is really a mistake he could be making, because he could be countered by one of those right hands by Larry.
Holmes just kind of pawing Michael Spinks here.
You will eventually see a complaint from Michael Spinks because there's been a lot of claims that Larry thumbs his opponents.
And he did have an open glove just a minute ago.
But it's not intentional, Barry, just because his glove is open. Michael Spinks' corner has been yelling, make him work, make him use his legs. They had the theory that the old man should tire out if he should exert himself. There's Larry using his arms. Both fighters are really tentative as far as dropping, throwing the big punch, which is their right hand. I think good right hand by Michael Spinks.
Kind of aimed it, though. Spinks backs off a little bit. You can almost see both fighters just thinking here. Holmes has been the more active of the two. Spinks trying to pick his spots. That was short. That right hand was short by Spinks.
See, what gives Larry Holmes trouble from Michael is because Michael Spinks' style is so unorthodox. He can throw punches from anywhere. He has an uppercut, the left hook is powerful, and the Spinks jinx, which is the right hand.
Spinks actually got the better of that exchange. And they wrestle into the corner. Holmes is trying to lean on Michael Spinks into round two.
Peculiar fight so far. Spinks showing absolutely no respect for Holmes. Holmes really not using his weight and strength as yet. Billy Kahn said this was a toothpick against a lumberyard. Right now the toothpick isn't doing that badly.
Deep breath. Come on, Big Jack. Come on, Big Jack. Larry. Okay, see, here's what's happening. You're anticipating the counter, you know what I mean? And you're doing it looking back, and you're not throwing your right hand. Your jab is working good, but you got to keep him backed up. Don't let him come to you. He's trying to go to the body. Keep it to him. You got to double jab and throw your right hand and get off with your hook.
No calling on him. Michael Spinks thinking heavyweight thoughts after a career as a light heavyweight.
And so far, very even fight. Wild right hand by Larry Holmes.
Well, Chiquete told him to throw the right hand. Stop waiting.
He's telling him to double up on the jab and then come with the right hand. He's thinking counterpunch too much, said Richie.
Larry Holmes' right hand was looping, and I've never seen that from him.
He's been pretty wild with some of his punches, especially with the right hand. That one got in. Every now and then you will hear from Larry Holmes' corner the word everlast, and what that means is go downstairs, go to the body.
But Larry now is really using his strength. He's really trying to manhandle Michael.
And Michael's staying right in his face.
Well, Michael's in it. He's darting in and out, which is good. Very good tactics.
Spinks agrees that he was holding Holmes a little bit, and he was. Good shot to the body by Larry Holmes.
Now that's when it's, excuse me, but that's when it hurts a light heavyweight. When a heavyweight rips to the body, and especially if he packs a punch.
Spinks wanted to get inside a little bit more this round. There was the right hand. It did score. Good shot there.
Good body shot by Larry. Now this is when they feel, the doctor Shieldstone felt that the weight program, Shieldstone, sorry, will be a factor, help him out. But we've yet to see that.
Larry Holmes just tries to shuck him off his back.
Okay, bring it up.
It looks like Larry actually is almost trying to get Michael into a street fight here, trying to get Michael's ire. That's the kind of fight Holmes seems to be fighting right at the moment.
Well, what Larry wants to do, he wants to try to tie.
Good left kick, very good left hand by Michael Spinks.
And it made Larry Holmes' eyes open. I like what Michael's doing. He's using the ring. He's not being a stationary target.
Well, Larry Holmes knows he's been in a fight here so far. And by no means has he got Michael Spinks figured out yet.
Those uppercuts, those little uppercuts, cute little uppercuts are working.
And Spinks is pleading his case as Holmes was complaining to Carlos Padilla. Spinks says, I'm not doing anything. Combination by Spinks. Right hand lead. And Holmes just sort of paws Spinks off of him again. And the crowd reacts very negatively to Larry Holmes.
That was Michael Spinks' round. Michael Spinks not only no longer has any fear of Holmes if he ever did, I think he thinks he can win this fight. And also, I think he can win this fight if he's a good enough fighter. Larry Holmes looks old and slow and tentative at this point. He's not putting any hurt or any weight on Spinks.
You got to see, you're letting this guy be, you're not going.
There's a good left jab that Spinks gets in. Holmes really doesn't know how to use his weight. He's never been a fighter to throw around his weight. He's been a boxer who likes to stand outside and parry with his opponents.
Keep your composure in this, man. You're doing good, baby. Don't get careless. You can do it now.
Those numbers show that Spinks is being careful, he's being economical, and he's landing a high percentage of punches.
Now we see an aggressive Larry Holmes.
This is the fourth round, and Spinks has taken Larry Holmes' fight. Left hand a little short, but the second one scored. There's a right hand. Spinks, the aggressor. Combinations by Michael Spinks.
He's not afraid, Barry. Oh, come on, fight.
Now Spinks complains that Holmes is elbowing him. And Padilla says, fight, fight. Well, Spinks has been doing more fighting than Larry Holmes.
Michael is actually making Larry work for this fight. Larry has yet to get that right hand through, and it's because Spinks has been using his left jab and neutralizing Larry Holmes' punches.
Larry's right hand has really been almost out of control. He's throwing it from all over the place.
Mike, what I'm looking for, Barry, is to see the reaction once Larry lands with his right hand. Holding. With his big punch.
And again, Holmes just has that hand in the face of Spinks. Spinks has a hand loose and pounds on the champion. Holmes is really just trying to intimidate Spinks, and it's absolutely not working.
Look at Michael. Michael is so aggressive, and the tactics that used by both fighters is not really that clean, but the fact is, Michael is still aggressive. The right hand was thrown by Larry.
The right hand was short also. It did not hit Michael Spinks.
It was more of a grazing right hand. But I can't believe Michael.
Spinks is getting in there and mixing it up and is essentially saying, you can't hurt me, I've taken your best.
He's not showing any respect for Larry, but also, can he keep this up? At this pace, punching on a big man and having a big man punch on you. Larry punches have not been sharp at all.
Two right hands by Spinks.
Holding. Bring it up. Okay. This has been a frustrating fight for Larry. He can't seem to get any punches through.
And there's a good uppercut by Spinks. Holmes, the defensive fighter here.
Michael Spinks' jab is getting through.
And there's a lot of grumbling going on in Larry Holmes' corner right now.
Larry's punches are not sharp at
That
all.
was a wild left hand by Michael Spinks.
Michael seems to be breathing hard now.
Well, Damon Runyon said that where human beings are concerned, nobody is 3-1 over anybody else. And right now, once again, Damon Runyon is proving correct.
Start setting the jinx up now. Hold them up. Set the jinx up, baby. Pull that. Let's go. Put him down in there. Let's go. One punch, you're letting this guy get off on his hook because you're not jabbing him. In the range, you got to keep it to him. Okay. So that's all you got to do. You're taking. You're the champion. That's right. You're the boss. You can't let this guy take him to you. See all of this funniness. Keep the jab. Work off of it. Throw the right hand. If you miss, come back with the left hook. Then you bring the right uppercut on. That's right. What are you leading into? You throw the goddamn right uppercut. Right, Big Jack. Give me a second. Let's go.
Larry Holmes.
Let's get the water. Let's get the water.
Larry Holmes had to remind himself that he was the champ before that fight, a sign of some frustration and perhaps some confusion.
And I should point out, too, in Michael Spinks' corner, Ray and I were watching it while you were listening to Larry Holmes' corner, almost looked as though Michael might have been in some kind of pain. He was demanding that they sort of pull his trunks out so that he could breathe. Maybe he had a cramp or something. I don't know. But he almost looked in pain.
He was complaining about something that was apparently bothering him. Michael went to his corner, and he appeared to be a little exhausted. What you have to keep in mind, he's punching on a bigger target, and a bigger target is punching on him.
That was Holmes with a good right hand that time, one of his best shots of the fight.
Larry Holmes needs to go to the body to slow some of that movement down of Michael. There, Michael leaped in, which is, again, bad because if Larry's able to count with the right hand, could put him in some trouble. Now, this is what they want from Larry Holmes' corner, to back Michael up. Get him in the corner.
Step in with him.
Good exchange that time. Holmes got the better of it, I think. Uppercut misses by about a foot.
Spinks is drilling those right hands to the body. trying to actually wear Michael down.
He had a good short right hand right there.
Started to land with that right hand. Started to find his mark with that left jab.
But there is swelling actually under both eyes of Larry Holmes. There's a right hand again by Michael Spinks, and he takes a right hand from Larry Holmes.
A lot of times, Larry has the opportunity to really hit Michael with the right hand.
Good shot to the body by Holmes. Caught Spinks on the way in.
Larry's been, there's some of the uppercuts he's trying to get through.
Just missed with that right hand, but I'll tell you, Holmes is starting to time Spinks' charges.
I thought Holmes won that round, although Spinks landed the best punch of the round. I think the question that now comes into play is this, Ray. It doesn't appear that the extra weight is slowing Spinks' reflexes at this point or his foot speed. It's a question of his stamina. He has shown a few small signs of being tired.
When he gets to his corner, he complains. His mouth is open.
Oh, this is working. This is perfect. You know, fine, but you're
Larry. Okay, Larry, you see that time? Okay, he's looking for the right hand. Throw the right uppercut and load the left hook. But you can't loaf that left hand back.
There you see Holmes moving behind his left and catching a right over the top by Spinks. Holmes' counter right hand did not find the target. An overhead view, there you see Holmes missing with that punch.
This is the 6th round, heavyweight championship. Both men undefeated, even contest so far. Spinks perhaps the best of it early. Holmes picking the tempo up here. I mentioned at the end of that last round, Ray, that it seems as though Larry Holmes is almost starting to time the charges of Michael Spinks.
Well, he starts now to counter as Michael comes in. So see, Michael is throwing his punches and bunches now, and it's giving Larry trouble. Okay, it's presenting a big problem for Larry. And also, Michael is a lot faster with his hands than the average heavyweight. Hold on.
He's talking about holding behind the head. Spinks is complaining about Holmes holding him. And as he did, Carlos Padilla gave Holmes another warning about that.
The way that Michael is darting in and out makes it difficult for Larry to find them sometimes. And now this could be quite frustrating when you beat Larry Holmes with the jab. Because Larry is the best heavyweight with the jab. Now it's a jabbing contest. And Spinks appears to be winning.
It's just a pesky kind of jab, just keeping Holmes off him. It's not really doing any damage at all. In fact, most of them aren't even scoring.
Now it's Larry Holmes' turn.
Richard Giacchetti wanted Holmes to uppercut, and Larry hasn't found that opportunity yet here in the 6th round.
I just want to see how much of a factor it becomes in the later rounds for Michael to be punching on a big man every round.
Holmes missed that right hand. And there's a good left by Michael Spinks.
Look at him. Don't hold him.
Spinks looks almost like an awkward fighter, but somehow he gets there.
He is very awkward, but he does, the way he positions himself, you don't think he gets punches off, but Spinks is able to deliver every type of punch. Larry Holmes.
There was a good left hand by Spinks.
Larry Holmes keeps raising straight up, and he's susceptible to take a left hook.
Really a brawl right now.
That was a lot of energy spent by Michael. A great deal of energy. So the next round will be interesting.
Remember, we're not yet halfway through this fight. A lot of punches being thrown. Neither man has really been hurt. 3-punch combination by Spinks.
was a very, very good round for Michael Spinks. If he has found a formula to keep fighting Holmes in this fashion, if his stamina doesn't betray him, we may have one of the great upsets in prize fight history.
All over the faces, then give me a 5 seconds.
He's still landing about 45% of his punches, and that's a very high percentage. And I'll tell you, they're very, very exercised in Larry Holmes' corner. Richie Giacchetti is just about losing himself here.
Tell me, Larry, what are you going to do this round? You're going to get him, you're going to back him up. And keep your hands up, you're going to work, baby. Let's go now. Yours. For you. Let's shoot back his guy up. He's tired, goddammit. This is yours. It's all you out there.
You heard Giacchetti saying he's tired, and there may be something to that. Question is whether Larry Holmes is fresh enough to take advantage of it.
In fact, Richie Giacchetti stood up right in front of Holmes, pointed across the ring and said, look at him, he's breathing heavy.
Well, Mike went to his corner with his mouth open, and that's an indication of fatigue. Michael threw a lot of punches. He did a lot of things. He used his body a lot.
Spinks starts the round by backing up here a little bit.
You notice Michael's throwing punches that they're not in the book, but they're working, and that's what counts. And Michael is jumping on every opportunity he has. He gets a right hand through, and he stays on top of him. Okay, bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up.
This is the 7th round. Heavyweight championship. Been an outstanding fight so far. Interesting fight. Crowd very supportive right now of Michael Spinks. This 7th round has not been a very good one historically for Larry Holmes. He has been in some trouble by Ernie Shavers, to name one. A wild right hand. Spinks right back on top of Holmes.
The punches are not really hurting Larry Holmes, but they're frustrating him.
That was a good right hand. A right hand lead by Michael Spinks.
Michael Spinks has been busy from round 1. There's the uppercut. He's throwing everything.
Throws a lot of his punches off balance, but somehow they find their mark.
Now this is when Larry says, okay, buddy, you threw your best shot, now I'm going for you.
Spinks' hands have come down a little bit. I don't know if that's by cause or by necessity.
Okay.
And Holmes just continues to wrestle him, keeping an elbow right in his throat.
Larry appears to me just to be trying to make Spinks use all his energy and then take advantage of him. He's making them use the ring.
Spinks is giving Larry Holmes a different look almost every time that they get back into the center of the ring. Sometimes he's outside, sometimes he's inside, sometimes he's going one way, sometimes
Michael
he's going another.
Spinks is beating Larry Holmes to the punch with his jab, with his hook, and with his right hand.
We want to remind you to stay tuned immediately after our coverage of World Championship Boxing for HBO's hilarious new comedy, First and 10, on the East Coast and the Central regions, and the popular film The Terminator on the West Coast and in the mountain areas. And both shows, we will remind you, will be seen in their entirety. So stick around. We're watching a great fight, and you'll see the movies that you want to see right here on HBO.
You bring one to be your friend. He can't fight while you fight.
Pull it off.
Bring that body when it's down. You let me go.
Bring it up a little, Hedge.
Which I'm doing the best I can.
Keep working. Okay, all right. You can't throw one, you can't just stop there. Let me hit you. And go to the body. Throw the right hook to the body, then come on top of the head. Let's go.
It's all yours, man. Do it yourself.
Butch Lewis has been urging Spinks on from the side, and Michael said, I'm doing the best I can. And I'll tell you, right now, the best is pretty good. It's just a question, again, if he can hold up for 15 rounds at this pace.
Every
and
round,
his weight.
every round, between rounds, it just seems like agony in Michael Spinks' corner. But then he comes out and gives you 3 minutes of guts.
Yeah, and he's trying to give he's throwing a lot of punches here.
This is only the 8th round. There's a long way to go.
Well, in Michael's program, with those 880s, those wind sprints, this is supposed to help him out. We have to see whether or not it's going to work. I don't think Michael is really that pleased with the punches he's landing on Larry, because he told Butch Lewis from the corner he's doing the best he can. So apparently he's starting to wear down.
Well, he's throwing a lot of off-balance punches, but they're getting there.
You know, because Michael's now starting to retreat a little more now. And he's just trying to find some space. Larry Holmes' jab is starting to come through, and it's starting to take their toll on Michael.
But I think that Michael Spinks has earned Larry Holmes' respect here, and Larry's not going to get careless.
That jab is really bothering Spinks' nose. Spinks is showing a great deal of heart or body shot. I was waiting for those to come, and they hurt.
It hurt. As a matter of fact, I think Spinks is hurt right at the moment, trying to get his breath.
The body shots is what's doing it. And Spinks now is trying to tie up Larry Holmes. It's the body shots that's going to do the damage. The hands are starting to drop of Michael. And Larry Holmes, I think he senses this.
Spinks actually reached down and touched his stomach after that body shot.
Look at his hands, at his side, at his waist. I don't know why Larry's not going back downstairs. Spinks is off balance.
Breathing through the mouth.
Look at him. That was somewhat of a low blow. Michael is wearing down, Barry. Those shots thrown by heavyweight are really starting to do damage.
And Spinks bounces right back off the ropes with a combination of lunging punches. And again, well, he's really digging down, I'll tell you. End of the 8th round.
In a sense, this is a battle between all the accumulated wisdom about training. And if Michael Spinks can keep on going, he's going to change a lot about boxing.
I'm going to take the neck, so don't worry. Just hold still. I'll get that little neck.
Wet my head.
All right.
Come on, baby.
Oh.
Come on. Reach down. Suck it in, Slim. Suck it in, reach down and get it, baby.
Okay, buddy.
He touched that body in the head.
Michael. Right here. When you hit him in the one shot over in the body, you hurt him. You hurt the goddamn guy.
Inside, Jake.
But you're not throwing any combination inside, Jake. You're not throwing enough of combinations. You hear me? You're not throwing enough combinations. You gotta go, baby. Let's wake up, goddammit. You're the boss out there. This guy isn't going around.
At this point in the fight, I have Spinks ahead, 5 rounds to 3.
And it's going to be real guts for Michael Spinks from this point. No question, he's a tired fighter. He's really going to have to suck it up. And as Richard Giacchetti put it, you got to start punching more. You got to throw more combinations. Giacchetti pointed out to Larry Holmes that he did have Michael Spinks hurt in the last round.
But whenever Michael Spinks throws combination flurries in his way, he's able to land and frustrate Larry. But in doing this, he's being hit and being backed up, and it's giving Larry Holmes momentum. I like the body shots. I think that's what's going to work for Larry Holmes. Michael now is off balance. We have not seen the right hand of Larry Holmes like we've seen in the past. And maybe it's because the movement, the head movement that Michael Spinks is giving him.
Michael Spinks on his bicycle here in this round.
I don't know why Larry don't throw a right hand, because when Spinks throws his jab, he actually throws himself off balance. You notice, you see, there it was again. Now we see the jab starting to be more consistent by Larry. And what should follow is a couple of body shots. And they're yelling from from Holmes' corner, body shots.
Shot to the body.
Beautiful shot to the body.
And a combination by Spinks. Holmes countered with a right.
Spinks is just scoring points. And now he's trying to get a little breather here.
Spinks actually did not appear to be quite as tired between the 8th and 9th rounds as he did between the 7th and 8th. And this has been a good round for him, at least in terms of just trying to get it together. It's been a fairly easy round, not a lot of punches thrown.
Mike is really using the ring, and I'm really impressed with the way he's been utilizing the ring with the use of his style.
That was another good body shot, and it actually buckled the legs of Michael Spinks.
That was the right hand to the body Barry was talking about. The jab and rip that body shot.
Three right hands by Spinks. And another good body shot by Larry Holmes.
A good round for Holmes.
We want to remind you, Inside the NFL, premiering every Thursday here on HBO, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central. Len Dawson and Nick Bonacani tell you everything you want to know about the NFL. Exclusive footage, special features, and guests. And we'll be with you right on through the Super Bowl.
There's Larry Holmes closing in with that really good body shot. We're seeing now the professionalism of Holmes. He's had problems in the past with some fights, but he always manages to come up with the answer as the fight goes along.
You got to keep the pressure on him. You got to keep it on him. You hear me? You got to keep it on him. Championship there. Let's go now. We got to go.
10th round, and I'm sure Michael Spinks is thinking, how many more?
Larry stalks him. Exactly. I was saying the same thing. Larry's stalking his opponent, and I'm sure he's going back downstairs. It's been working there thus far. We haven't seen the straight right hands of Larry Holmes. What's been landing has been a couple jabs and the body shots. For Michael Spinks, everything has worked. Uppercuts, left hooks, right hands.
Spinks hasn't actually been throwing a lot of punches the last 2 rounds, though. Now he picks up the pace.
A little frustration from Michael Spinks.
Has really incurred the wrath of Michael Spinks, not to mention Butch Lewis.
Well, Spinks is complaining about being elbowed. They're actually talking.
But you know, getting like that really expends a lot of energy also.
Oh, it does. There's a jab to the body. The hands of Michael Spinks are starting to drop. The right hand should come by Larry Holmes. Now they're back up. Okay, bring it up. Step up. Couple jabs to the body works too, Barry.
Chopping right by Spinks.
Spinks is better inside.
None of those punches really did any damage.
And now it's time for a breather by Michael. You know, after he throws a few combinations, he needs to take a breather. Hands are down once again, which is uncharacteristic of Michael Spinks. Larry should go to the body with that right hand again because it's available, it's there. And he's in position again.
Spinks just an awkward kind of target for Larry Holmes. Holmes hasn't really found him other than to the body on a couple of occasions.
Look, I've never seen Michael do this. And normally Larry Holmes would throw a right hand.
Holmes just looks like he's measuring him, just sort of biding his time, just waiting for the opportunity, and it sure does look like the opportunity for a right hand is there at the bell.
Well, Larry Holmes' right hand seems to be telegraphed from Reno, and it hasn't really done any serious damage on Spinks in this fight.
Now you've got it. Take it again. Do something, please. What you need? All right. You're going to spit no.
In the first round, Spinks has been landing about this percentage of punches.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
No.
Coming.
Now let's see if we can catch the elbow that Holmes caught, that Spinks caught. And there you see Spinks complaining about that Larry Holmes has been known to use his elbows and his gloves and everything else on a fighter.
Keep the pressure
There's
on.
Holmes' numbers. Again, that is just a cumulative profile of the fight. It doesn't tell you anything about the impact of the punches.
They put a little salve on the forehead, just above the left eye of Larry Holmes. There seems to be a little cut there.
This is the 11th round. We're going 15. And it's looking more and more as though we really might go 15. And you wouldn't have found a lot of money here in Las Vegas that would have bet on that. You're right, Ray. I think there is a little cut above the eye of Larry Holmes, above the left eye.
Okay. Michael shouldn't be using all that energy yelling. And especially jumped up and down.
I'm not sure what he was yelling at that time, actually. It wasn't directed at Padilla. It might have been at Butch Lewis.
Whatever Michael's doing is working thus far. The jab, and I think although Michael is a light heavyweight, his reach is just as long as Larry.
Spinks picking up the pace a little bit here. A lot of swelling around that left eye and a little bit of a cut above the brow.
Larry needs to go to work now, Barry. It's getting late now. And Michael has been landing more punches. Larry just can't get set. Again, you know, Spinks was able to throw a punch and in a totally awkward position.
And he's thrown a couple of them. He came with an uppercut that was awkward, and then came with an overhead right that was awkward.
But what amazes me, he's able to get him off.
It just seems like Spinks is fighting on raw emotion here. And one observation we made between rounds.
He dropped both hands to his side.
But every time he looks that way, he comes right back with a flurry.
I don't know why Larry's not taking advantage. I don't know why Larry's not going to the body. He's right there. And Michael's becoming frustrated for some reason. I think he's doing a great job. In his own way. Michael now is just trying to stay out of the way. Larry wants to throw that right hand,
but he's not doing it.
As long as he waits, Spinks jumps in.
Spinks took that round. I have him ahead in this fight. 6 rounds to 4 and 1 even. At this point, we start to think of 2 big fights of the past. One when Sugar Ray Robinson just ran out of gas against Joey Maxim in a late round, as he tried to move up in weight. And the other, of course, Joe Louis and Billy Conn. We're coming up to the 12th round. In 12 rounds of that famous fight, Conn was ahead.
You've been a winner all your life.
Spinks on my card will be ahead after 12.
Get that left hook working again. Get that hook working.
Working. Damn it. You're the champion. Let's go out there. You gotta go to the body up and down. His left hook right hand. Left hook right hand.
So this is the 12th round. 4 rounds of boxing remaining here. And Michael Spinks has not only captured the crowd, I'm sorry, I was going to say, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see if he's captured the judges at this point.
It's the movement of Michael that's really bothering Larry. Because Larry's trying to get those shots to the body off, but because of the awkwardness of Spinks' style, it's really confused. It's confused Larry. And if Larry can keep up this same pace, he should be more effective.
Spinks just has that awkward appearance. Every now and then he looks like Gumby. And Holmes just doesn't jump on him.
Michael's quite limber, and he's able to move his body in ways that I don't even think of. The jab of Larry is not busy like he used to be. He's just following his man around. He should be cutting that baby off.
And Spinks goes downstairs, then comes up. Not a big punch, but they both got in there.
But the key to this is the fact he's scoring, Larry.
Spinks is just throwing caution to the wind and just almost falling into Larry Holmes.
Michael now reminds me of his brother Leon in certain instances. Aggressive and throws every kind of punch. Okay, bring it up. A couple arm punches thrown by Michael. So when you talk about does Michael Spinks have heart?
He's answered that question, no question about it.
Oh, look at this. I've never totally off balance and almost spun around. Larry needs to go to work.
And he's running out of rounds here. Just kind of blinked his eyes and said, I'm not quite sure how to interpret that, actually. Just blinked his eyes, threw his arms up as if to try to get something back that wasn't there. Maybe youth.
I gave that round to Spinks, and just as Billy Conn was at this stage of the fight, after 12 rounds, I think it'd be fairly said that Michael Spinks is the heavyweight champion of the world. Can he hold it for 3 more rounds?
Can he move for 3 more rounds?
Larry, you got to throw, but you ain't throwing no damn right hand.
Yeah,
if you throw left hook right hand, but you got to do it. You're getting behind. Let's go.
Fight, Larry.
You got to do it,
You got the family. You got your kids.
All right, you let this goddamn chump beat you shit.
You got your kids out there.
Take a deep breath.
Right?
Take a deep
You
breath.
got to do it for you. Fuck everything else now. Come on. Do it for you now. What are you going to do when you get out there? Every fighter can be fight. You've been a champ all your life. All your life you've been a champ.
Let us remind you, this is not a tea party.
Now we're here. Now we go. Here.
Now this is your round, baby. This is your round. Oh, give me some water. Be quiet. Now let's go get it.
Kick me, buddy.
Let's go get it, man.
You heard the near panic in Larry Holmes' corner, and perhaps justly so.
A lot of concern. And they were telling the champion that in no uncertain terms.
Larry now is really going at Michael. Laying a good right hand on the forehead. But the key to it is keeping it up.
Some of the things that go on in the corner, of course, are perhaps not classified as family entertainment, but this is an unusual and a violent sport, and
I don't know why Larry's so tentative to throw the right hand.
There's that jab again by Holmes, a good jab. At this point said, I'm gonna go knock the man out, and Spinks, I'm sure, has that tucked neatly away in the back of his head and says, let me just do what I have to do and get out with a decision.
You notice that Spinks is moving around, but every time that Larry stops, Spinks retaliates.
He just seems to have the champion just confused enough that he can't get off in time.
Okay, bring it up.
Good overhead right that time by Spinks and a wild left hand.
Larry can't find the chin of Michael Spinks with his right hand. Okay, bring it up. Michael's still aggressive, and he's taking the fight to Larry.
He is definitely doing that, and Holmes just can't seem to retaliate. He's got an awkward fighter in front of him who throws punches from all angles, and Holmes just can't seem to find it.
Michael now is like somewhat of a southpaw. Okay. Michael is doing everything to win. Look it up.
And Spinks continues to be the aggressor in this fight. Larry Holmes just seems like a befuddled fighter.
Just as Leon Spinks beat an old Muhammad Ali, right now it appears that Michael Spinks is beating an old Larry Holmes. They could be the first brothers ever to win the heavyweight championship, as well as Michael being the first light heavyweight champion ever to win the heavyweight championship.
You ain't throwing it. Okay. Larry, you know what? If you miss with the right hand, then you go with the goddamn left hook. The left hook. Let's go push up on his stomach. Listen to him. Larry, come on. You got to go. Listen to me. You miss with the right hand, come back with the left hook. You got to bear down with him. You're letting him get off first. You got to get off.
Here's Spinks throwing in that right hand. And fellas, on my card right now, Larry Holmes has to score a knockout to retain his title. That's just on my card. There you see Spinks' numbers still landing about 45% of his punches.
So the clock is ticking on Larry Holmes. He's got 6 minutes left. That's the way he started the last round, too, but then he settles in. There was a right hand. It was a good one.
Good right hand by Larry.
And a cover there. Good left hand. And Spinks says, come on. Holmes stalks him. That right hand was a little short. And there's the left. And Holmes is finally coming with the left behind that right. Holmes is talking to Spinks. I couldn't hear what he said.
Look at Michael. He's turned to a tiger. As long as Mike doesn't run into anything, he's fought a very good fight thus far. This reminds me of a great deal.
I think Michael Spinks will not do the same.
Okay, look at him. Stop up.
With the man hands down that low, I'm surprised Larry's not landing any good shots.
Holmes is just missing here. He just missed with an uppercut a moment ago. And he had his man open.
Whenever Larry holds that right hand, Spinks comes through.
Spinks fights right back.
He's beaten Larry at his, not his own game, but in his way, his own style.
And he's getting inside on Larry Holmes, too, which not too many fighters do at this stage of the fight. Holmes seems able to sustain things for about the first 30 seconds of a round. And then sort of goes to sleep.
Okay, bring it up. All right.
The Volkswagen is beating the 18-wheeler. The toothpick is beating the lumberyard. We may be going into the last round for a great champion's career.
Larry, see when you're over there. Wait, let's keep quiet for a second. You got 3 minutes for your champion. It's the last goddamn round. Over here, you punch with these. You're gonna hit it. You gotta go after it. This is no tomorrow. You hear me? There's no. All right, I gotta put a lot of grease on you, Mike. Come on.
You too ready to talk, goddamn. You take refreshment.
Okay, sorry. You work now. Okay. You gotta take it to him. Let it all hang out.
You heard it.
All the emotion you could ever want wrapped up into 3 minutes here. Cheers coming from this crowd in support of Michael Spinks. Pinkley Thomas is up, as a matter of fact, rooting for Michael Spinks.
Okay. Look at Michael jumping off the stool. Okay, this is it, especially for Larry Holmes.
3 minutes left, and you have the feeling Holmes is going to need all of them. Both men just fighting on courage here. There's a right hand by Spinks. And Spinks is just staying right in his face, and he's just not allowing Larry Holmes to take any control of this fight whatsoever. Crowd around us chanting, Larry, Larry, but it may be too little, too late.
Look at Michael, he's just so busy. He's not letting up.
This crowd is absolutely electric right now. It is Michael Spinks who is handing it to Larry Holmes, the champion. If you walked in here and didn't know which fighter was the champion and which was the challenger, you'd say the guy in the white trunks and a black stripe is the champion, and fighting like one, and may soon be.
Michael's using his experience.
Larry Holmes just does not seem to be able to do anything about it. The last 3 rounds, he started out the first 30 seconds like a tiger, and he's wound up like a lamb.
Well, Larry tried to pull it out, but apparently it's not there.
There was a right hand by Larry Holmes, and a good one. on his bicycle, just trying to stay away. Crowd on its feet in anticipation of what could be a new heavyweight champion. Another good right hand by Holmes, but Spinks is right there. Combinations of punches heading down toward 15 seconds remaining in this fight. Holmes will not do it. Looking for the one punch, and he is just about out of time. This one is over. Listen to the crowd. What a heavyweight championship fight we have just seen. And it looked in the middle of the fight as though Michael Spinks was running out of gas, Ray. He just never seemed to get any more tired. And every time he got up off that stool, it looked like a struggle. And he just sucked it up and went out there and did what he needed to do.
You know, every couple of rounds, Michael Spinks appeared that he was like really losing his energy, and fatigue had set in. Frustration was on his face a couple of times in the corner. But the way he executed his tactics, they were awkward, they were different, but they worked.
They say a challenger has to take the fight to the champion, and those numbers really may not quite tell the story, although Michael Spinks did throw 130 more punches. They each landed about the same amount of punches, but Michael Spinks did in fact take the fight to Larry Holmes.
Well, he did not show any respect whatsoever to Larry Holmes, to the champion. He used his jab. Michael Spinks worked a lot to the body. He was drilling a lot of right hands to the body and coming back up with those left hooks.
Awkward fighters have historically given Larry Holmes more problem than more traditional fighters. And it's not to say that Michael Spinks is awkward, but he gives you a lot of different looks. He's almost off balance in a lot of occasions.
I was surprised not to see a lot of right hands by Larry Holmes. He appeared to be quite tentative. I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't there tonight.
Well, remember, this one is still in the hands of the judges, and while the crowd and people at this table seem to think that we are looking at a new champion, once again, you have to point out that we have seen some very unusual decisions here in Las Vegas. Let's get the decision now from Chuck Hall. Chuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the decision of the judges. Judge Dave Moretti scores 143, 142. Judge Harold Letterman scores 143, 142. And Judge Larry Wallace scores 145, 142. For the winner, by unanimous decision, and new IBF heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Spinks.
Well, there you have it, and it was a decision actually that it was a lot closer than I thought it was, to tell you the truth.
It was a close fight the way the judges had it. But Michael Spinks fought the right fight, Barry. He did everything right the way he did it, in his own way. He beat the champion to the punch. He used his left jab. He kept the champion tentative a lot of times. Larry Holmes never really got that right hand off like he wanted to.
And so we have a new heavyweight champion just that quickly. And again, at the end of the fight especially, it was Michael Spinks who looked like he was the champion and Larry Holmes who looked like he was the challenger.
Well, even in the later rounds, I said, this is the time that Larry Holmes pulled it all out. But apparently it was an old Larry Holmes. I didn't see the Larry Holmes with the snap jab and the powerful right hand. It just wasn't Larry Holmes.
Mayhem in the ring right now. Let's get up to Larry Merchant, who's amidst the celebration. Larry?
Larry Holmes, you've had a great career. You've been a great champion. What happened tonight in your view?